Hey, Shalonda Gordon here, also known as the Online Marketing Angel. And if you're here, you're in Organo Gold, or you're thinking about joining Organo Gold and you want to kind of get all your ducks in a row, and you want to know how can I internet market my business on the internet. Okay, and basically you're kind of thinking to yourself, well, some of you have done this kind of thing before. You've done MLM before, and you just want to make sure that this time it'll be different. Some of you have never done it before, and you just kind of want to see exactly how can I leverage the internet. You're very aware the internet's growing and vast. You probably have a Facebook page, Twitter, maybe you don't have any of those, but you understand that a lot of people are on the internet right now. And if you really want to get the numbers, it makes sense to be where the people are. Okay, well, first off, with Organo Gold, you have a great opportunity here. You have a business that's flourishing. Okay, you have a product that I'm sure you're using and benefiting from, and that you know for a fact others can benefit from. These are two things you just need to kind of have concrete with you. It's evident Organo Gold is not going anywhere. There are leaders that are having great success. Ultimately, you want to become one of those leaders. And if you've been in it for a while, you're kind of thinking, I need to try something new because I'm not reaching the levels I want to reach at this point. I'm not reaching the numbers that I need to reach. Okay, well, let's talk about using Organo Gold, growing Organo Gold on the internet. Okay, let's talk about a few things you need to have. Now, you may already have this, a website. I believe they gave you one when you joined, right? So you have your website. Ultimately, though, what separates your website from all the others? Because doesn't everybody have choices of the same websites? So when you market your website, and as you guys hear my German Shepherd, this is how it is when we work from home. We have our pets around us and everything. But if you have an opportunity, you have a website and you can share that website, but what changes yours from anybody else's? Something to think about. Because ultimately, you want individuals to join you in Organo Gold, not just Organo Gold, because then they could join anybody. And you really don't benefit when they join anybody. You benefit when they join you or individuals on your team. So as you learn, you can train your team accordingly, right? So something to consider. My website is like everybody else's, something I may need to look into changing. 2, you're going to need a capture page. Another name for this is a squeeze page, a sign-up form. Okay, this is that page that collects your email address, your phone number, your name, you know, those things. Even before in this industry, you know, you got your follow-up. You capture a person's information so that you can follow up with them, make sure they're given the information and when you are to follow up. Same with the internet, basically, guys. You got to be able to capture their information so that one, you know if they've seen the site, you can find out if they're interested. They can either be in your hot list or your cold list, whether or not you're going to continue to follow up with this person. And then once you have this information, you're able to email them, and you can continuously follow up with email. All right, that's something else there. Now, you also want to find a way to brand yourself. Set yourself apart. Okay, so you want to brand you, and I kind of know this a little earlier. You know, the idea is that, let's say, I mean, are you Organo Gold, or is Organo Gold the avenue you're using to get where you want to go? I mean, that's kind of a question you have to ask yourself. Like, either, yeah, I'm Organo Gold all day. There's nothing else I'll ever do in my entire life, and this is it. Okay, now let me let you know something about that if that's the case. Let's just say that every lead you bring in, everybody you come in, comes through the website that they gave you. Organo Gold has a right to those leads. If at any given time you decide to move or change or add something to your repertoire, you really are not allowed to add it to introduce it to the other individuals that are continuously growing Organo Gold. Okay, they have a right to basically see you at that point. Now, ultimately, if you're going to put the work in to build your business and build yourself up, me personally, I do my stuff separate from my business. And then after I have generated relationship, then I introduce them to the business through a whole nother avenue. And at that point, that lead is mine. That relationship is mine. And if ever I do anything else, that relationship can follow me wherever I go. Now, you got to understand something. People join people, not businesses. People join people, not businesses. Okay, so you want individuals joining you, and you want some retention. You want them to hang around. Guys, I'm not just talking about this. This is exactly what I've done. I joined my first MLM in 1996. I've had success. I've had failures. I've had failures, and I've had failures, and then I've had success again. I like the failures because they kind of lead up to the success. So if you're looking at this video and you feel like, you know, I've already failed so many times, that's cool. You know, Michael Jordan talks about it all the time, how many times he failed over and over and over again. But dude, whenever you hear the Bulls, what do you think of? Michael Jordan. Still to this day, right? One of the best of all times. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, and he even admits, man, I messed up quite a bit. I failed often. Anybody that's making that kind of money has failed often. Anybody who's had that kind of success has failed often. So if you're looking at this video and you're like, yo, I failed often. Well, congratulations. You're in the right place at the right time, right? You're right on track to getting success. Don't ever frown upon your failures. That's a good thing. You know, so as you're branding yourself and your failures and what you've gone through, that's separate from your business. Again, is your business who you are, or is it the tool you're using to get where you want to go? Okay. And if you're agreeing that no, it's not who I am, it's the tool I'm using to get where I'm going to go, then ultimately you want to brand yourself because people are going to join you. My sponsor and what I'm doing now, what I've always done, and for the last, I say 3 or 4 years, same person. Are we in the same business? No. Have I followed her? Yes. Because I joined a person and I have had success since I made that decision. Have had success since I made that decision. Joined a person I trusted, a person who took the time to care about what I was doing, a person who has helped me significantly along the way, and not because I was sitting at her feet begging her, but because I went out and I worked hard and I earned it. Okay? And that's what you do too, and that's the way you want individuals to join you, because your time is valuable. Okay? So everyone's not willing and able to do what they need to do to get the valuable time that you can offer. All right? So I'm just holding you up to that pedestal where you belong, because once you're the leaders in the industry, your time is different. You look at your time differently. You're valued. You understand? And you value yourself first. So you don't need a website at Capture Page. You're going to need to start branding yourself. One of the best ways to do this is to create a blog for yourself. A way to basically start to talk about your story, talk about your products, talk about how your products have affected you, right? And how people can begin to relate to that. Begin to relate to that thing that you're talking about. Ultimately, though, they're coming to hear what you have to say. Ultimately, it's coming to hear what you have to say. And because they respect you and they know you care, now they're interested in doing what you're doing. Okay, so you're going to want to brand yourself. And some of these things individuals don't tell you. Guys, if you have a website and you're going to stick to the same website they gave you and not create a blog and brand yourself, please cover up your link. You're going to need to mask that link with another link. So forward your website to another link. Okay, which means you might need to go buy a domain and then go in and forward your link to that domain. Because let's say a person meets you. You've prospected them. You've inquired about their family. You've inquired about their job, what they like about their job, what they don't like about their job. You've asked them, you know, if money wasn't an issue, what would you do right now? What would you be doing right now if money wasn't an issue, right? You've asked them this question. You've gotten that information. You've been like, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And what you're doing right now, how long have you been doing that? Oh, 10 years? Oh, so you think another 5 years doing the same thing you've been doing for the last 10 years is going to get you where you see yourself in 5 years? They're probably going to be like, well, I mean, I don't know. If I was you and you were me, would you want to do the same thing for 5 years expecting different results? You know, they have a word for that, right? So ultimately, as you've built this relationship with this person, and then you give them your Organo Gold link, the way they give it to you, and you come to find out this person had a horrible expensive experience with Organo Gold. They like you, but they don't like Organo Gold. And now they've seen Organo Gold's website and they're done. They don't even want to join you. Versus a person gets to know you, you get to know them, they know you care, you give them a website. Mine might be like the onlinemarketingangel.com, and then it's masked with your, you know, with my business. And then by the time they see the business, they know they've seen it before, but it was a different link, and it's something that happens in the mind and they're not really connecting the two. Now they're like, oh, it looks familiar, but I'm not sure what it is. And then they see Organo Gold. At this point, they're like, oh, well, they're in Organo Gold. You know, I might want to just join with them. I think this might work out better. This whole scenario was different. How do I know this, guys? That's exactly what I did. The young lady I'm with now, actually, I joined the same company again with her after I was done with it. Like, I would never join it again. But it wasn't the company that I had an issue with. It was who I had joined, because people join people, not businesses, right? And you want to make sure you're able to build that rapport, and then you can close people in that Organo may have lost forever, but you have what it takes to bring them back. And now they're working with you. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, these are things you're going to need. Now, I could go on and on and on, but I've already been talking probably way too long. I can go on and on and on. What you're going to need to do is click the link below. Go ahead and get started on building a better business for yourself. Building your Organo Gold business with the internet, leveraging it so that you can grow and grow and grow. Okay? The steps are going to be right there. Click the link below. Begin to leverage the internet. Have an amazing day and keep smiling.